Hi everyone, welcome to Chunky Junkies, Minis and More. For those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Janice Freeman. Today I wanted to show you the latest project that I have finally finished. It's taken me about 3 months to do, but I wasn't working on it constantly. It was inspired by a lady, her name is Sarah Suprak Spencer. She had done a Asylum junk journal, and I just had so much inspiration from it. I was going to start this project based on nurses, doctors, medical, but in a clean way, and it turned out to be very dark and grungy and creepy. So if any of you are queasy about fake blood or you're triggered by mental health issues, you may not want to watch this video. For those of you that it doesn't bother, I'm going to start. So first of all, I created this doctor's bag. It's made out of chipboard on the bottom, and then the top to get the folding and stuff was made out of craft text. Handles, same thing, chipboard, and then I just wrapped them in some black construction tape. I rusted everything up, so this is what I have. It's going to be hard to get it in view. That's the one side, and then it folds in like that on itself. And then that's the other side. Although I didn't do a traditional closure, I did have this one and I liked it, so I used it. Normally it would be like on these old vintage doctor's bags. Anything I looked at was a buckle kind of system, a strap with a buckle. But anyway, this is what I used. So it opens up like this, and then you have access to everything in there. I haven't lined the inside of this yet. It will get done at some point, but I just haven't done it yet, and I wanted to get this project out. So I made a whole bunch of little props and stuff that go with this journal. So I'll take them out first and show you those, and then we'll get into the journal. Okay, so I'll set that aside. So in the bottom is where the journal sits. Set that aside, and we'll start with the props. So this is, it's just stuff that I had at home. I refused this time to go out and buy a bunch of stuff that I, needed to create this. I just wanted to use what was on hand. So I had enough stuff. So it's just some gauze, and then there's a little thing of string and a little curved needle. So if the doctor had to do some stitching or anything like that. So that is a real needle. That's the only thing that you kind of got to watch for. Just miscellaneous stuff. So that goes in there. And we'll do this. This is the tools of the trade, so to speak. And this is, again, a whole bunch of tools and whatnot that I had on hand anyway, when I used to do woodworking. So there was a lot of stuff because of that, but that I don't use anymore. And then I grunged them up to make them look really dark and yucky. The needle, although it looks like a real needle, this is just a jewelry finding piece of wire for jewelry. It's not like it's not gonna poke you. I mean, it's just like a wire anyway. Yeah, and some dental picks that I had, whatnot, things I just thought might look good in a tools of the trade sort of stuff. And then I grunged them up with some rust paste and fake blood. So that's that. The outside of this ticking I distressed with distress spray stains in walnut, ground espresso, vintage photo, things like that. So here, we'll do these little ones next. This is just a little tin I had, so yeah. And then it's just got some grunginess to it. And then this again, another little tin full of grungy stuff. And just some Band-Aids and whatnot. And the fake blood was just done with paint, just plain old crafter's paint. And I just watered it down to make it where it could look like drips and splatters. And this is, yeah, this is just a little medical box that I made. and then it houses a bunch of little vials and bottles and stuff, and little funnel. And then these, the labels are, oh my goodness, I don't know where I got them. I have had them for years, but they're kind of more like Halloween type. And then inside these little bottles is just stuff that I had, again, spices. There's even, where did I put them? Yeah, these little seeds are like dry mustard seeds, and I thought, well, they look like pills maybe in that size. So, and then again, there's, you know, just different food coloring I added to make them look like something. Of course, some of these bottles have stuff like you wonder, like chloroform. Why would a doctor have chloroform or arsenic? But again, I was just, it's just, yeah. This one's supposed to look like iodine. That's just a distress ink, alcohol ink, and that's how I got that one. So, yeah. So that's those, and then this one I had fun with. I started watching Dexter again, the original, and so that kind of sparked this. And this is just a bunch of little blood slides that I made. So, like, and then I put a bunch of silly little labels and whatnot on them. Hope you can see those. So there's a whole bunch in there. So they were fun to make. And again, it's just paint. That's all that, it's not blood, it's paint. So that's just does up. Put that back later. Okay, so let's grab this journal. And once again, it turned out to be a monster. It wasn't supposed to be, but it ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 signatures. I don't know how many pages are in here. I was going to count and I forgot. This is an old, yeah, see, it's an alligator mouth. Once again, it pops open as soon as you open it. But it's an old medical encyclopedia that a friend had gifted me, and it was kind of torn up, so I had to kind of create a spine for it. And just this is the only piece that was left on the spine, so I utilized that too. And then that's a side view and a top view. So it's pretty chunky. So all the images that I have in here, I got from various, like there was probably, I'm going to say 10 to 15 different Etsy shop owners that I used. And just, so what I did is I looked up, creepy hospitals or creepy doctors and nurses or creepy asylums or scary hospitals, stuff like that. And then there are so many different options on for digital papers that yeah, you can go crazy. So I'm not going to list everybody I used. It was just too many. I know in the descriptions I'm supposed to add all of them, but I'm going to say probably half of them I've had for like the images probably for 3 to 4 years, and I do not recall, and I tried to look on where I got some of them, and I just I can't find them. So it's just not going to happen. When I do recognize one of them, I will let you know. So what else do I have? I think that's it. I think we can get into it. I'm just going to check something here because I did write the few that I could, if I can find them. Sorry, guys. No, I can't find where I wrote them. That's typical. Anyway, yeah, that's the best I can say. You may even find some of them just by doing those searches that I said in Etsy. And then if you want to use the same ones as I did. There was one that was just called Nurses, and darn if I can remember who she was from. But I got all these nurse images from her. So anyway, it's based on a lunatic asylum, which is a bad way of saying it, like a mental health institute. So we'll just get into it. There's not, like I say, I won't be saying a whole lot unless there's something I need to point out. So it's pretty straightforward. Not a lot of pockets, not a lot of flips. It's mostly because there's so many pages in it. It's just artwork done on the pages. There is some room for journaling as well. Not a lot, but maybe half the book is for journaling. The other half is just art. So. And this was these ones of the human anatomy and whatnot, that was definitely a Etsy purchase, and I don't recall, yeah. And these quotes and stuff, the odd quote and whatnot that I found, wow, like if that's their way of thinking back then, if it is true, then holy cow, they didn't have a hope. I like to, I think I've mentioned this in one of my other videos, I like to, when I'm attaching something to a page with just a paper clip or bulldog clip or whatever, I like to reinforce that page. So especially if it's just this tracing paper. But I will do the same thing a lot of times, even to just a plain coffee dyed paper. It's just an extra support, so over time it doesn't rip and tear, so. These are from it's actually from this encyclopedia that was gifted to me. So there's all kinds of stuff in here that's medical or doctor related. So and this just pulls out all the quotes. Where were they from? Okay, hold on here. I am going to look for that because I think I do have that. Yeah, the quotes, I found it here. The quotes, all these little quotes and whatnot are from the Glocky Cogler. Yeah, the Glocky Cogler. And I think these ones are from, Vintage Susie and Wings. If not, then they were from Myths and Pixels, I believe. Oh, yeah. Or from MT Portfolio. These are ones that I did find. So, yeah. MT Portfolio, Myths and Pixels, Vintage Susie and Wings, the Glocky Cogler, Craft and Cherish. So the Craft and Cherish are the vintage nurses. That's where I got them from. And then the bloody, you're going to see some here. Yeah, right here. These bloody images, like these digital papers with all the blood on them, they came from Myths and Pixels. Okay. So that's, yeah. This is just a little book cover, and then I just turned it a little writing spot. I'm not sure, this is ones I had, I believe, was these ones of the old asylum drawings and paintings and whatnot. And I don't know who did these ones, so hopefully it was one of those ones I listed, but it might not be. It's one of the ones I couldn't find, because it was in my stash for a long time. These ones here, these are different nurses. So they're not from Craft and Cherish. They are one of the other ones that I mentioned. So I've got 5 file folders in here, and each one depicts a ward that would be in the asylum, in my estimation. I'm just going to pull this down just a little bit, so excuse the wiggling here. Get a little closer. I think that might be a little better. Yeah, so this one I called the evaluation ward. I mean, some of the stuff that's in here doesn't even relate to it, but I don't think this is true, but this is reasons to be admitted and it was from the 1870s to 1910, and some of it is absolutely ridiculous. So if that's true, which I don't believe it is, but if it was, oh my goodness, again, people didn't have a hope. You could be pretty much committed for anything. So even if you argued with your husband, just, yeah, some of them were just unbelievable. This is, again, I don't know. No, this is one I printed. I actually just went on Pinterest and I Googled x-ray, human x-rays. And then I printed them on vellum, or acetate, I should say. Not vellum, acetate. So I have quite a few of them that I did print. I didn't put them all in here. So this is just a, yeah, kind of supposed to be like an evaluation of her. Oops, there's one I forgot to, I was going to attach her in here, but I forgot, so. Oh, and all the images, like these photos of people, they came from Tracy Fox, and what does she call hers? I think her, on Etsy, it's called, you can either look her up as Tracy Fox, or Love Junk Journals, I believe, is her Etsy store. So I have quite a few of those photos in here. So that's one of those nurse pictures again. And again, these nurse pictures, they were just a picture. They weren't all bloodied up and have this, I've got these stencils of the crackling and stuff. That was me doing that. So another little booklet. And yeah, there's some images. Where did I get them? It might have been that encyclopedia, and then they came from a book, but in the section on what was it called? Psychopathology, I believe it's called. There was a bunch of images there, and one of them was on, so you'll see through here, one of them was on the artwork that institutionalized patients did. So these little black, I have a few I've already passed, these little images kind of, though that's from some pet tape that I got off. It's called pet tape, P-E-T tape. And I got this off. I don't know what this one exactly was, but it came from, there's tons of it, and it came from Etsy as well. There's some more of that bloody paper. And yeah, just images I found, some on Pinterest, some on encyclopedias that I had. This is just from that encyclopedia on the mental health side of stuff. There was some write-ups, so I put them in here. This was one of the nurse pictures again, and then I just ripped a page and put it back over top of her. So. There's a little tuck spot back here. I'm going to pull this down again some more. That's even better yet, I think. Yeah. Okay. Continue on. So now this file is Ward 5, and it's for the schizophrenics ward. So again, this is one of Tracy Fox images. These frames that I have over top of them are some deco stickers that I got from Bohemian Crafting a few years back. It's stacked papers, but it's actually images from Paper Phenomenon. They have some ephemera pieces there, or some ephemera that you can buy, packages, and she does a lot of them that are just stacked papers, and they just worked out perfect for this kind of thing. So again, one of Tracy Fox's images. This is a little paper, what do they call those? Clipboard that I created just using a bulldog clip and some cardstock, chipboard, and then I distressed it. So. I did have a hole when I started. I had probably about five sections of this white paper that in between the signatures that I put on. So although this is a hollow backed, I also added Midori style in between. So it's attached, the main body is attached with the Midori style, pardon me, it's attached to the book. Am I showing you? Yeah. With a open spine. And then I thought, well, no, I need some more writing area. And so I put in all these white papers and then I attached them with a Midori. So I went right through this hollow spine to do that. So it worked out really good until I started decorating, and then it became so big. I had to take most of those, if not all of them, out. I guess there's maybe one left out of each, and I had a section of maybe 5 to 6 sheets in each one, and it's just, my book was getting crazy, so that was smart, and I don't know why I left off. So. Yeah. Okay, we did that one. Okay, yeah, so that's where we were. So that was Ward 5 for the schizophrenics. And here's one of those images, and then I left the little write-up that went with the picture. So it's kind of sad in one sense, but you know it is, because a lot of them, it's just kids, like younger people that did the drawings. And this is kind of, this is like a lobotomy being done. Again, I think that's fake, but, and then this is, what is this? Oh, death certificate of one of the patients, supposedly. Again, that's fake. I'm just saying that. I kind of like this. I decided to rip the pages and curl them in on this image, but they can uncurl, and you could write a little kind of secret little a note on each side of those. So that was kind of fun. This is that drywall mudding tape that they use. So. Another one of those images with the write-up on it. This I thought was very sad. It says, I wish I had the whole article, but I couldn't find it anywhere. It's the lives left behind, suitcases from a state hospital addict. And then there was all these suitcases and little tags on there, and it was just, it just kind of makes you realize what, you know, what some people went through. So. This was a little tag I made. I had one day I sat down and made a whole bunch of different little tags and whatnots. So this is Ward 7, and it's the psychotics ward. An image from Tracy Fox again as well. So this one, just this and a couple of ephemera, a couple of tags. Again, these are from Tracy Fox, the images. And then this little paper clip, or clipboard, pardon me, is one of those from Paper Phenomenon, one of the ephemera pieces that came with that. Get in there. And then there's another one of those Paper Phenomenon. So I actually cut it out so you could tuck him under this paper clip as well. But then I thought, well, I've got a clipboard, so I'll just hide that for now. And just some layering. Oh, and each one of these wards, there's a little key, a little metal key that I had, so I just attached it. So each one's a little different, but it was just an idea like that. Each ward has its own key. And this is, it opens up like that, so. I don't know where I got these images. It's ones that I can't find. It could have been one of those ones I listed. Just don't know for sure. This is another little tag that I had created. These bulb pins are, I just can't decide whether I like them or I don't like them. This is one of the nurses that I kind of made it look like she's also in the asylum as a patient, not a nurse. And this was an article from a September 14th, 1902 article on an insane woman. This is just a little place to write. Some more of that artwork, and the this was a 34-year-old. Lots of writing. That was the Lunacy Act from 1890. There's that rolled up paper again, only this time from the opposite direction. And then when you do that, this becomes quite weak, so then I just put this is file folder just to strengthen it up. So now we're into Ward 13, which is the criminally insane ward. And it's got its own little key as well. And it's just a few papers. There's that pet tape there. Rusty paper clip. I don't know why I put this eye chart there. I thought maybe the doctors needed to know if he could see. Tracy Fox images again. So this is just a bunch of stuff I stacked up to make it look like a bunch of information on the file. Did some stamping. One of those x-rays again. This is a poem. I don't know if it was written by a lunatic, but, or that's what they called it, so. Anyway, more articles from that medical encyclopedia. These are restraints. I don't know if they were used. I know this would have been used, but I don't know about these other ones. I just found pictures and use them. I don't know, this is off Etsy too, but I don't recall. I couldn't find where I got them from. It's just images from a medical journal. Another criminally insane fella. So now we get into Ward 18, which is the demented ward. I don't know if you can see this, but there's scarring into the back there. And I don't know if that's real or not. It kind of doesn't look like, it almost looks like it was photoshopped, but not sure. Hopefully it was. Because that spells something, but I can't make it out. Padded room. This is preparation for patient for operation. Just photos I had, things I had. This is a little booklet that I had created based on a tutorial that Eva with Bohemian Crafting had put out on her channel. And I thought they were really cute, so. I didn't really do a write-up for this fella, but. And this is another of that art with, this one was done. Oh, I think I switched this out because I lost the picture for this one, so I just put a different one in there. That's just more information for that medical encyclopedia. So we're getting, this one's kind of funny. It says daily afternoon tea and antipsychotics. I thought that was kind of funny for a quote. More of the pet tape. This is more of the art. There's a pocket there and a pocket here. That's some pet tape over an image that I had. That's kind of a creepy image, but. And then back to the back. So that is it. I hope you guys liked it, and I hope maybe you found some inspiration. It was tons of fun to make. I didn't know I had a dark side. I do now, so. I've got lots of ideas for future projects, so I'm not really sure which one I'm going to be doing next, but whatever it ends up being, I will definitely post it. So until then, I guess bye for now, and thanks for watching. Take care.